Hello everyone, what is going on? My name is Jemster and this is my experience of Paxaus 2016. So the start of my experience was at the airport. We checked in all our luggage and went through into the actual airport where we waited for about an hour for our plane. We decided to have a Canadian club and dry. It was really expensive. I think it cost us like $14. But nonetheless, we're on holiday. It didn't matter. Flying over, it surprisingly was actually really cold in the air. It was a lovely minus 58 degrees Celsius at 11,277 meters in the air. That was not too good experience, actually. Surprisingly, one of my friends that we took down this year was actually never been on a plane. Kind of freaking out a little bit, but he survived the whole trip down, which was really fun. So we finally got off the plane and got our bags, waiting for the Skybus. Surprisingly, it's $38, I think, for a round-trip ticket out of Melbourne Airport into Melbourne CBD. But anyway, so we ended up going to the hotel, dropping all our bags off because we couldn't book in until 2 o'clock. So we decided to go for a bit of lunch and a bit of strike bowling. Strike bowling is probably one of the most fun things, especially because you can drink when you get there. I think I ended up winning the first round of strike bowling and then followed up by one of my friends who actually won the second one. Surprisingly, a lot of the people that we were bowling right next to us, they all decided to run quickly into this photo booth. Surprisingly, all 7 of them fit into this photo booth. I have no idea how they did it. I have no idea, but they all managed to fit in there and I had to grab a photo. You see like one guy's just got his head poked out, just poked in there. Yeah, good on him. I mean, geez, there was so many people that walked in there. It's like a clown car. Anyway, we had our lunch and after strike bowling decided to go back. And you'll see on the table there is actually Krispy Kremes. There is 2 dozen Krispy Kremes there. They were flown in from Sydney. So we basically took Krispy Kremes from the airport to Melbourne for no reason, even though they have Krispy Kremes down there. But yeah, this is half of our room. But anyway, I will show you more in a little bit later. We went back out to grab some supplies. Back out into the lovely Melbourne CBD. We passed a silver service black cab, which is yellow. I don't know about you guys, but in New South Wales, our silver service black cabs are either silver or black, not yellow. Melbourne, get your shit together. Anyway, after grabbing all of our stuff, surprisingly, the amount of stuff we collected from the supermarket was mostly alcohol and water, and a bit of Coke, and some V, and a lot of milk. See the milk on the door? That's a lot of milk. Anyway, so we played games pretty much all that night. Most of them were like party golf, tower fall, bit of Worms WMD, pretty decent. So all in all, good first night. Good first night. Ready for tomorrow for the first day of PAX. So we woke up in the morning, had some cereal for breakfast. It's really nice, some crunchy nut. Really good. We are surprisingly only 2 blocks from PAX this year, considering last year we were almost 10 blocks away and the walk was so painful. It's like half an hour to get there, whereas this time it took us 5 minutes. It was great. Walk across the bridge, there. You know, the first thing we see outside is, would you like to play a game? As I thought it was really nice. So standing in line for the first time this year, they were based on Skyrim, the remastered edition, which last year's one was a Fallout hoops in the air. This year they had the whole Skyrim thing going, so they had the 20, the 10, the 50s. Everyone kept trying. We're only going to get about 3 or 4 of them going through the actual hole. But no joke, it was actually a really fun time walking around. Mainly for the first time, we actually didn't do event stuff. We basically just walked around to check everything out. The first day, It was pretty fun, no joke about it. For lunch, we actually went to across the street to a place called Merrywell. It's like a lovely little restaurant, like Americanized restaurant. Not bad food. I had the Philly cheesesteak, and so did one of my friends. Um, it was really messy, really, really messy. Like you would not believe how much mess it made just from eating one bite. My friend did the same, and he got it all over him. It was funny. We also, yeah, we went back in and went to the party golf exhibit that they had running there. They were actually Party Golf was there last year, so Giant Margarita is the developer. The guys are actually really nice. We got to chatting to them because we were there they were there last year, explaining some of the bugs that we ran into. I even showed them my golf ball from last year, which is white one. This year was a black one, but they were really impressed. They actually brought the golf ball along just to show them. We played it last year, and we did end up buying the game on pre-order on PS4. So we went to a seminar called RPG Plus, where we were joined the Dice Stormers. They played the game Pathfinder. Surprisingly, it was really good because it involved an audience participation. Basically, anything that they had to use more information, like a characteristic or a trait or an ability, the audience had to shout out some stuff to make it a bit more interesting.
And you can, as an Irish comes through, you can respond to the charges. What is the charge for prancing with werewolves? What murder hobo character class activity did he partake of? Burn down an orphanage! Speak in your defense!
But yeah, it was really fun. It was only an hour long, but it was well worth it. This year they actually had a card system, which was red for no, green for yes. Yeah, it was really interesting to see that they took some information from last year's attempt, and it really came out really well. I loved every minute of it. Following that, we went and had some Japanese food because I really like Japanese food. Found a place called Tokyo Maki. They did takeaway, so we thought it was best just to take it away and eat it at the good old hotel. After that, we played some Exploding Kittens, like we actually always did. We played it at the airport. We played it on Thursday. We played today. I think we played it every day. I really think we played it every day. But I ended up buying the second edition of Exploding Kittens, which is a NSFW pack. It's got the original content because the original one has like a censored version for kids and stuff. But this one, as you can see from the photo, some of them are, a little bit, bit more dangerous for kids than normal. But anyway, we loved it ever so much. My friends make really weird faces all the time. And Adam drinks a lot. Bitch. Following that, the second day we went in later into the convention. We didn't line up this time because why line up when you're just going to look around again. We went to the MSI booth, had a look at some of the motherboards and graphics cards that they were running through. It was really interesting. Some of the guys are really helpful in connecting what pieces of equipment, like your graphics cards and your MSI, to get the most out of them. It was really interesting to see, especially their VR setups that they had. The next thing we went to was like a booth called a company called PLE. They had some interesting equipment there, very expensive, but then again you get what you pay for. I found a wireless router worth about $450. I thought it was a bit over the top. I'll just keep with my shitty Optus Sagem modem for NBN stuff for now until they figure out all the little bugs and stuff. I also found a Satec X56 Rhino HOTAS, which, if you're into the whole flight simulator sort of stuff, that's a really good controller. I love it. So there's the website for ple.com.au. They actually had a lot of specials running, like 15% off Corsair at the time of PAX. Every booth that we went to always had specials. Harvey Norman was there. They also had a 50 months interest free on stuff. So it's like 50 months. That's like 4 years. So you don't pay anything until like October 2020. It was insane. Like some of the equipment they had there was just like, 3.5 grand. I would definitely buy stuff. Um, it was it was absolutely nuts how much stuff they had there. Thermaltake booth, they had some custom computer setups. One of the creators was the Thai Advanced PC. Really good, a lot of customization there. Um, Personally, I don't know if I'd ever be able to make something that good, but it was really interesting to see how they fit everything in, especially with fans and cooling, all the likes of that. They are some of the other creators, very ingenious creations that they've put through. Really enjoyed it. Not advanced, like as you can see there. There's a GTX 1070 in there. The 1080 is out now, but anyway, like some of the setups were amazing, and how quickly they put them through. The Battlefield one I thought was really ingenious. Like, I wouldn't think of to make something like that, but a lot of these guys have spent hours on hours putting this stuff together. So it's really good to see that so much work went into creating these custom PCs. As you can see, like some of the like the Thermaltake setups of the custom mod liquid cooling systems. I really loved all of it. Like I wish I could actually make stuff like that. We did walk past the PAX Arena. The guys were doing a show at the moment, but we couldn't really chat to them. But anyway, nonetheless, and to the left of it, they actually had the LG ultra wide gaming monitors. The guy explained to us how they actually worked it out. It's like 7.1 surround sound using the 6 screens and the speakers, and he showed us the point where you stand and it just sounds absolutely phenomenal. There was also a competition going, and I actually found this chick. She was on the side. She was handing out these coupons to win the screens and stuff. Took a photo with her. She's really random, but that's my face. Walked past the Primal Carnage Onslaught VR booth. A lot of the time, the person didn't really walk around when they were using the VR. It was really strange, but nonetheless, it was just basically you stand still and, kill a lot of different dinosaurs running after you. It was really fun. Didn't get to have a go at it, but because the line was a bit long, I didn't want to have to wait around for it. But anyway, found this lovely little game called Siegecraft Commander. Me and my friend Alex, we played it for no joke about half an hour as the guy explained it to us, and no joke, I actually ended up winning because I didn't end up understand how to play the game, but I ended up winning by chance because on one side I built so many like garrison units that were just feeding, and my friend didn't realize that he was getting destroyed. So it was basically a base for base sort of thing. It's a really good game. I'm going to get it when it comes out. It's going to be available on Steam, Xbox, and PS4. It's already been greenlit on Steam, I think. Yeah, but I can't seem to find it at the moment. So it's made by a company called Blowfish Studios. They do make a lot of different types of Siegecraft, not just the Commander, but the Commander was the best one that they put out. We actually walked past Brief Battles, which was one of the promoted games on the PAX website, made by the company Juicy Cupcake. I didn't get to had to go at it because there was like too many people again waiting in line. But I actually am going to buy it because it's such a good game. So we went to a panel called The World of Dishonored 2 with Arcane Studios' Sebastian Mitten. So he basically explained in detail how they got to create so much in-depth artwork using people who had not a lot of software experience, but a lot of imagination and creativity in their works. Some of it was very intuitive. He said they did 3 or 4 different designs of artwork for characters because they wanted it to be absolutely original. They didn't want anything from the internet or anything like that. So they wanted it to be as custom as possible. Very intuitive design creation process, and like considering that the amount of work that they put into it was absolutely astronomical. They actually closed with one of these little jokes. Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight? It was very interesting. Everyone laughed in the whole panel, and all the audience as well. Really loved it. If you did get there, it was you would I would hope you would agree with me that it was really fun to actually watch something as fun as that. We also walked past a Reinhardt. Not the biggest Reinhardt we actually see in the whole of PAX, but he actually did some custom work, some custom joints in his cosplay. Very interesting to see how quickly these guys put these cosplays together as well. We actually walked past this booth just as a once through to go back to the hotel. It's a game called Lost Castle. We looked at the game, we just absolutely bought it outright. Like, nothing can compare to how fun this game was just looking at it. It was amazing how quickly indie games can just capture my eye. Because I'm an absolute avid fan of indie games. But yeah, we just bought the game outright. No questions asked. You know, we just said, here's $10. Give me it. I need the game right now. So before we left for home, we actually went past a booth called toyandkdownunder.com.au. So these guys had mystery boxes running. Basically, it was just a box filled with mystery items. You have no idea what's in them. They had a Pokemon one. They had Star Wars. They had a companion cube and the Mario question box as well, and a Doctor Who box, which was the most expensive, $85. But so basically, you didn't know what was in these, but you could win the Assassin's Creed cane and gauntlet as a mystery bonus prize. Surprisingly, so you don't know what's in there. They said it was a voucher that you could win, but basically, so we went through. And surprisingly, me and Adam bought one, and we took it back because we said, "Oh, we won't look at it until we get back to the hotel." So we get back, we get open it, and lo and behold, I'd won the Assassin's Creed Gauntlet. And considering that I actually bought the cane previously a year before from EB Games, it was really good to actually get the actual Gauntlet this year. So if I really wanted to, I could make my own. My own Assassin's Creed cosplay, which would be really fun. But I'd have to probably take the blade out because it's, a stabby object, even though that I've tried it on my skin. It doesn't hurt. But anyway, it is an object. But anyway, but yes, thank you to the guys at Toy NK Down Under. Really fun to see something like that you can just, you saw everyone walking around with these random boxes, and you're like, why are they walking around with boxes? And then you finally figured out that there's a whole booth of these things just sitting there. It was amazing to see. And, surprisingly, watched some BlizzCon because that's what we do. Had this lovely little setup, followed by a little bit more Exploding Kittens. Yes, that's right. We played it every night, and a bit more Canadian Club, and basically to bed. So the third day and final day of PAX was really interesting. The first thing we did was make a beeline straight for Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, every time we looked, this line had never gone down. It was always full. Like last year with Fallout and the Doom from Bethesda, the line was always full. So we thought we'll just line up and just wait. We were in line for almost 2 hours waiting to get into Horizon Zero Dawn. But it was I couldn't take any photos inside because they had the disclaimer. But nonetheless, I'd highly suggest that when this game comes out, you do get it. We watched a 10-minute video, and then we played it for 10 minutes more. Just for playing for 10 minutes, it was astounding at how much effort has gone into creating such an in-depth experience of gameplay. Of course, the map was a bit closed off, so we couldn't really run and explore, so we had to keep to certain areas. But and there were a few little bugs that we had. I had a sound issue. I thought it was my headset, but it wasn't. And there are a few little glitches here and there with the trees. But overall, I absolutely love the game, and I'm already pre-ordered the damn game, just so I could, smash the crap out of these machines. Absolutely fantastic. Also, waiting in line, we met a lovely man who was the herald of the Sweet Roll cult. Yes, there was a cult there. Surprisingly, everyone was worshipping it, They are using the hashtag Holy Sweet Roll. It was there all weekend. They'd made an actual shrine to the Holy Sweet Roll, which was being giving out every morning as like a gimmick for the Skyrim Remastered Edition. It was really good to see this guy. He was really good to talk to, really fun. It was really good to see that people have a good sense of humour. So yeah, still waiting in line for the lovely Horizon Zero Dawn. Still waiting. We were halfway through, and I'd basically, in the time that I was waiting in line for this game, I'd literally played Pokemon Omega Ruby, and I'd basically gone through 3 gym masters before we'd gotten in. So that's how long it actually took us to get in. Followed by a lovely lunch because it had been pretty much like half a day. We went to a place called Common Man on the promenade. Not too bad food. That is a little bit expensive, but then again, that's what you expect on something like the promenade. But we did get a discount of 10%, I think, per bill. I had the lamb ribs and was it like beans and coleslaw and chip. The chips were pretty nice. And the beans and coleslaw had like balsamic vinegar in it. I don't really like balsamic vinegar, but I ate it anyway. And what they called Coke was actually Pepsi. It's not. Who the hell drinks Pepsi? Oh my god. It's Coke all the way. Coke all the way. You do not drink Pepsi. And they put lime in the damn thing. Good lord. Not too bad. So we went back inside and went to the PlayStation, well, the other side of the PlayStation, with playing the game Steep. Really good game. I was watching Adam play it. He kept dying. He was flying through the whole map. Really good game. You can play with multiple people. Really good competitive mode, as well as opening your parachutes and stuff like that. He kept dying. I don't know why. He was really terrible at it. He kept hitting rocks. He's horrible at it. But really good game. I will end up getting it when it comes out. Followed by the final thing I think we went to was the Ubisoft booth with the whole Watch Dogs, For Honor, and South Park Fractured Butthole. Good play on words there. I didn't actually play the South Park one. I did play the Stick of Truth when it came out. Wasn't really into the whole thing. I do like South Park as a whole, but not the games. I did play For Honor, really good. Not sure if I'll get it when it comes out. As the same as Watch Dogs 2. I was disappointed with the first one. Like, once you've done the whole mission, you're like, what do I do now? But, you know, I'll probably end up getting Watch Dogs 2 just cause I can. But anyway, did walk past a booth called, with games like Chica Crisis and Chica Invasion. If you did the top score, you get like a little pillow and stuff like that. Really fun games, like simple games. I did like it. Not sure if I'll get them, but I will keep it in the back of my mind to see what else they bring out. Maybe next year if they do go to PAX. Mini Metro. Oh my god. If you've ever played Mini Metro, you will agree that it's just a simple game. You just click, make new stations. Really fun. The guys are really fun to talk to. I actually had this game before it even came to PAX. I actually made a video about it on my channel, which you could probably see below. But yeah, the guys were really nice to talk to. Some of the bugs that I found in there, I'd had a chat to them about, and what is coming out in the future as of updates. Yeah, overall, this game is really fun. It's really simple to play too. Really loved it. And surprisingly, I found some dinosaurs in Sailor Moon outfits doing some strange, weird dancing. Pretty hilarious, actually. Not too bad. And followed by the final thing for our PAX wrap-up, we went to a thing called X-Wings and Tie-Ins. Basically, it was a panel made up a few of the guys, some GameSpots and developers, basically talking about some of the games that have come out from the LucasArts interactive company, how some of the bad games that they've put out and some of the good games they have also put out as well. They did come across some of the games like Stormtrooper vs. Luke Skywalker, like the dance games, and then some like the fighting ones. There is a link, I will post it down below. You have to watch it just because it is a dancing game, and I think you will get a kick out of it, as we all did when we watched it. It was really good, really interesting to see. Some of the other games like The Force Awakens, some of the pod racing games, as well as like the Old Republic MMO game that came out. Some of the games that have made highlights, but could have been improved had they changed like one or two aspects of their game. Really good to see that people do share a lot of a like-mindedness in game development, like as far as creativity goes. Yeah, it was pretty good, pretty good. We were on the walk home, surprisingly, and I walked past in this alleyway, and it's this terrible cabling for security cameras. Um, Absolutely horrible, but I thought I might put it in anyway. And followed by a final night of my friends James and Alex making their Dragon Ball Z card sets, because that's pretty much all they bought. James bought over $300 worth of Dragon Ball Z cards. It was amazing. And yeah, actually, James bought the Armada. As you can see there, there's like the Star Wars Armada, the shitload of Dragon Ball Z cards, and the C4 game. Yes, that's the one where you actually have to destroy the card game. Like, if you play the game right, you have to destroy most of the cards, but you do play them later. And yeah, this is us just chillaxing for a final night, watching some BlizzCon and playing some games and stuff, just chillaxing. There's Adam with his party golf shirt on again, playing Skyrim. There's my bed. It's terrible. Yep. Actually, Ben did actually buy the Joking Hazards game, and yes, we were drinking Coke out of like a champagne glass. I don't know why. We found them in there. We had to try it. It was really interesting. And then everyone decided to stacks on James, just because that's what you do when it's a whole room of guys. Really strange. And our final thing after we got up in the morning was to leave a mask in the bed of the hotel room. Just as a thing, we're actually going to do that every year from now on, to buy a mask and leave it in there as a thank you sort of thing. I don't think they'll like it, but anyway, we like it. And that is about it for my experience of PAX. Thank you to watching, everyone. I hope you did enjoy it. Please don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. And hopefully next year I'll be able to give you a bit more in depth if I can get a media pass for PAX Oz. So don't forget to leave a like and a comment, please. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, so it gives me a better chance of getting a media badge for PAX Oz 2017. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.